Greens. I grew up in the Greens. You know what I'm saying? I got a name out there too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a chance to get in the field, but I was just doing bad shit. Little baby kid shit, you feel me? I came southbound when I was like mid-teens. My OG always been out south, so I've been knowing all my brothers that's from out south since I was a puppy, you feel me? My grandma still stayed up north. And my OG moved southbound when they knocked out.
Surveillance footage caught the chilling final moments of Chicago drill rapper THF Zoo's life. The 35-year-old OTF affiliate, known for dodging major charges and spitting raw street anthems, never saw it coming. But what really went down in that parking lot? Before breaking that down, we gotta understand who Da Vinci Collier truly was. The man the streets called THF Zoo, Bay Zoo, or simply Big Boss Zoo. This wasn't just another rapper caught up in Chicago's chaos. Zoo was a legend in drill circles, a man who seemed untouchable, surviving what should have taken him out long ago. Until the streets finally caught up. Born September 26, 1990, Zoo came up in one of Chicago's toughest hoods, Cabrini Green. That place wasn't just home, it was war zone training. It molded him from the jump. Fear was part of daily life, violence was routine, and innocence, that disappeared early. The streets weren't kind, but they were real, and they taught him everything he knew. Zoo even admitted he caught what he called a passion for crime. Young, we're talking about a kid wild enough to shoot BB guns at taxis, toss rocks at cars, and let stray dogs loose just to watch the mayhem. It wasn't about fun, it was about surviving when the world showed no mercy. But everything changed when Zoo hit adulthood. And that's when the story took a dark, tragic...
Taxi cab drivers with BB guns, throwing rocks, going in the stove, snatching shit, running up out of them. I was bad as hell on the shorty. Man, so much shit I can't even think of. Like, I was just doing all bad shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, the little dog catcher trucks and shit when they be grabbing the little stray dogs and shit. I used to, you know, they got a little community in the Greens with the dogs that I used to be letting dogs out the bike when I was a shorty, man, bad as hell, like unlocking the little dog cage, letting their ass hop out the truck, chasing down the street, shit. I was just bad as
turn that nobody could have predicted. On May 24th, 2011, tragedy struck hard. Zoo's brother Guta lost his life in a heartbreaking accident when a gun went off inside their home, hitting him in the head. Zoo was just 21 years old, and what happened next scarred him forever. In one of his most emotional interviews, Zoo opened up about that haunting moment, something no one should ever have to go through.
He was in the house, the gun accidentally went off and shot him in the head or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's how he passed away. So like, wasn't nobody in my family, as far as the immediate family, who was strong enough to bathe them and wash them up and get them prepared for the service.
That day changed him for life. He said he never really got to grieve. He had to stay strong for everyone else. But deep down, that pain never left. That kind of trauma doesn't fade. It hides, waiting to explode. And for Zoo, it showed up in the way he dealt with stress, especially through substances he used just to cope with all the hurt. Zoo's run-ins with the law started early, just 13 years old, already facing armed robbery charges in Cairo, Illinois. He spent over 4 years in juvenile lockup, and that was only the start. Over the years, he spent more than 12 years behind bars on and off, mostly on gun and street-related charges. But here's where it gets wild. Despite a long rap sheet, Zoo somehow beat multiple serious charges, including murders, attempted murders, and...
Or maybe less, bro, like... I spent a lot of time, man. I've been going to jail since a juvenile, since I was 13, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I try to do the math myself, like just putting all the time together, the real bids and shit. It's like 12 out of my life, shit, then half of my life, you feel me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get a chance to experience life for real till I turned like 12, 13, so like, hell yeah, I stayed in trouble as a shorty, man. That's all, I stayed in some shit, bro, like. My background shot like a motherfucker, but like as far as being convicted, I ain't got no deep convictions, you get what I'm saying? I got two gun convictions. Both of them are unconstitutional though right now.
Armed robberies. He was known for his courtroom confidence, bragging that he beat cases by picking juries and going to trial, not by snitching or slipping through loopholes. Whether you see that as genius or madness, one thing's for sure. Zoo played the system like a game and somehow kept walking free. The wildest chapter in Zoo's story hit in 2014 when cops arrested him at Lil Durk's house, tying him to a 2009 murder case. They hit him with first-degree murder charges, serious business. But Zoo shocked everyone when he beat the case in 2018. That victory inspired one of his biggest tracks ever, Beat That Body, featuring King Von. The track...
you know, I beat my body January 2018, and Von beat this shit a month after. And Durk flew us down here, you feel me, took us shopping and shit. And we, I said it on my No Jump interview, you know, we was just really just in the basement. On Durk Live, we set a live up there. They was like, damn, Zoo and Von just beat they murdered a money pop me. Tell y'all should do a song. And Buka and Ike was playing with a motherfucker like, man, y'all ass ain't no shit. Ooh, they telling y'all ass to rap. And Von ass like, man, shit, call the engineer. So they called the engineer, you know what I'm saying? Man, Von just and that bitch is playing. We ain't even write that beat about it. We just going back and forth, and that ended up being one of my...
Blew up in the streets, a straight up anthem. But the fame came with heat. Cops saw it as Zoo bragging about dodging a murder case, and they didn't like that one bit. After that, police kept their eyes locked on him, treating him like public enemy number one. Zoo even admitted that once the song dropped, the pressure from law enforcement only got worse. Zoo's street roots ran deep through TH Trigger Happy Family, also known as Tay-Town Hustlers Family. The crew started under the Gangster Disciples, but flipped to Black Disciples in the 2000s, running heavy out of Kenwood and Bronzeville, especially around 46th Street. They had a ruthless rep and deadly rivals, mainly the 051 Young Money set tied to the Mickey Cobras. The beef between THF and 051 Young Money is legendary in drill history, one of the deadliest rivalries ever. It kicked off around 2008 with a McDonald's shootout, then spiraled into years of bloodshed. Some say over 100 lives were lost in the back and forth. Zoo was rumored to have been in the mix, earning him the street name OTF's Top Shooter, a title he later denied but could never shake off. Zoo wasn't just about the streets. He was chasing something bigger. His rap career started picking up heavy steam in the early 2020s thanks to his close bond with Lil Durk and the Only the Family, OTF, crew. Zoo and Durk went way back to 2008, both surviving legal nightmares that could have ended everything. Their bond was more than music. It was...
I want to change a few people, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to knock no for what they doing or how they coming on their blocks, and I really don't get no if it don't concern me or my people, you feel me? But the streets gonna be the streets anyway, bro. I just really want to just, with the youth from 7 to 12, man, and just try to change their mind and give them a reason so they won't be easily influenced into the streets, you know what I'm saying? Give them something to do that they ain't had no chance to do, you know what I'm saying? Because we had a lot of shit to do with kids, you feel me? You don't see little 8, 9, 10-year-olds around this motherfucker riding bikes with pads and stunners on them and shit with mag wheels, you feel me? Shit, that the fun shit we did. 9-year-old probably shoot the shit out of another 9-year-old over the bike. This generation different, gang. Like,
built on loyalty, struggle, and survival. Even though Zoo didn't drop a ton of albums, his singles and features hit hard. His tribute to King Von, Do It For Von, racked up over 4 million Spotify streams. Tracks like Mad Cause I'm Rich pulled over 1.1 million, and Get Backers with Boona pulled nearly 900,000. The streets felt every word he rapped. His connection with King Von was deep. They met around 2012, bonding while both were locked up. Zoo said Von's storytelling was on par with legends like Slick Rick, and that Von's influence pushed him to rap seriously. When Von passed in November 2020, it broke Zoo. You could feel that pain in every lyric he dropped afterward. By October 2025, Zoo had built a solid online following. 180,000 Instagram followers, 35,000 monthly Spotify listeners, and a buzz that was growing fast. He just released his 2023 project FO6 and dropped My Story, which hit hundreds of thousands of views with barely any promo. But here's the heartbreak. Even while talking about moving his 7 kids out of Chicago and starting community programs to guide youth away from the streets, Zoo couldn't fully escape the chaos he was born into. No matter how hard he tried, the past had its grip tight on him. Zoo knew deep down that escaping his past was nearly impossible. No matter how much he tried to change, his name and reputation always walked into the room before he did. By October 2025, Da Vinci Collier was a man split in two, a father of 7 chasing peace in music but forever carrying the shadow of his old life. He talked about wanting peace, wanting to uplift the youth, but he also carried decades of trauma and scars that never healed. It was a constant battle, trying to break a cycle that he once helped spin. Then came October 26, 2025, the day everything came crashing down. It was a regular Saturday in Chicago, the kind of chilly fall afternoon where nothing feels out of place. But in a parking lot on the 3100 block of South St. Louis Avenue in Little Village, something dark was about to go down. Around 3 p.m., Zoo was there with 2 men, one 39 and the other 42. Nobody really knows why. Some say they were picking up car parts, others say they were just hanging out. Whatever the reason, none of them saw what was coming. It was a quiet public lot beside Laval Park, a calm neighborhood spot where families usually relax. But peace shattered in seconds. Out of nowhere, an unknown vehicle pulled into the lot, and what happened next would shake the Chicago drill scene to its core. Gunmen jumped out and unleashed chaos. This wasn't some random shootout, it was a planned hit, cold and calculated. Whoever did this came ready for war. The scene told the story: 39 shell casings scattered across the pavement, 20 from rifles and 19 from 9mm handguns, multiple shooters, heavy artillery. This was an ambush designed to end lives. Bullets tore through everything. 5 cars in the lot got hit, proof of just how wild the gunfire was. It wasn't clean or contained, it was mayhem, pure and brutal. The 3 men with Zoo were hit bad. The 39-year-old took one to the ankle, the 42-year-old got hit in the arm, back, and lower body, but somehow both survived after being rushed to the hospital. Zoo, though, he got the worst of it. Multiple shots to the abdomen and torso, wounds too severe to come back from. Even with paramedics racing him to Mount Sinai Hospital, it was already too late. Despite every effort from the trauma team, Zoo didn't make it. At just 35 years old, the same man who beat murder charges, dodged the feds, and walked away from countless street situations couldn't escape this one. His death hit the city like a lightning strike, sending shockwaves through Chicago's drill scene and leaving fans in disbelief. But things got even darker after the shooting. Just hours later, surveillance footage from that same parking lot hit the internet, and it went...
Hey, yo.
I just for the air, John 464-987, 464-987, event 0764807648.
Damn, that means they got his ass.
464.
Go ahead.
The vehicle looks like it may be a Honda Accord, newer model, like 2020. And the both shooters jumped in the passenger in the rear, one in the passenger, so there possibly at least 3 heads in the car.
Viral fast. The grainy, soundless clip spread like wildfire through drill circles, sparking massive debates about whether sharing violent footage fuels more violence or just exposes the harsh reality of the streets. At first glance, the video looked ordinary. A few guys hanging around some cars just talking, minding their business. But then out of nowhere, 2 figures appear. One in a light hoodie, the other dressed dark. What happens next is too raw to spell out, but it's clear they open fire, sending everyone scrambling as chaos erupts. The attackers then run off on foot, disappearing before anyone could react. Here's where it gets strange. The footage didn't match everything in the official police report. Cops said the shooters rolled up in a vehicle, but the video clearly showed them approaching on foot. So now people are asking, did the police miss something? Were there multiple angles of surveillance, or maybe the viral clip doesn't show the full story? In the location, that raised eyebrows too. The hit went down in Little Village, a mainly Latino neighborhood on the southwest side, way outside THF's usual territory in Bronzeville and Kenwood. That's what made the streets start whispering. Did someone track Zoo down? Did they know exactly where he'd be and set up a carefully planned ambush? The setup looked way too precise to be random. The fact that the hit went down at 3 p.m. in broad daylight and in a public parking lot showed just how bold or desperate the shooters were. This wasn't some late-night setup. They wanted everyone to see it. As word spread, speculation went wild. With Zoo's long list of street ties and rivalries, everyone had a theory. Some said it was connected to the THF versus 051 Young Money War, a feud so deep it's basically part of drill history now. Others brought up a newer beef tied to T's death in 2024, rumored to involve a rival black disciple set called Bash v Crazy. Then came the street talk, those Reddit rumors that had everyone buzzing. According to unverified posts, THFTP was allegedly killed in February 2024 by someone known as Man Man from Bash v Crazy. Then Man Man was taken out just a few months later in June 2024, a revenge move. Now, some believe Zoo's killing in October 2025 was the final retaliation, a way for Bash V to close the loop. None of it's confirmed, but the timing got people talking. And speaking of timing, this made it even creepier. Zoo died just days before November 5th, the anniversary of his 2014 murder arrest. The same case he famously beat in 2018, like fate coming full circle in the most twisted way possible. When the news broke, it didn't just spread. It blew up. Social media flooded with shock and disbelief. Phones started buzzing non-stop, and the entire Chicago drill scene froze for a moment, realizing they just lost another legend to the same streets he was trying to escape. The reactions to Zoo's death were as divided and emotional as his life had been, exposing just how deep Chicago's hip-hop tensions run. For those who truly knew him, the pain hit hard and fast. OTF's Duty Low, one of Zoo's closest brothers, dropped a heartbreaking tribute on Instagram, calling Zoo his big brother, the one who stood by him while he was recovering from his own shooting.
Don't know who this could be and who Mike can be, because the nigga be into it with so many people, you know what I'm talking about? Did so many people, you know what I'm talking about? That's why it's not good to diss, because if you out here dissing, my nigga, you know what I'm talking about? You don't know where that fire can come from. You know what I'm talking about? And if you out here dissing, bro, you might as well tuck yourself under a rock, have yourself a crib, or get some top flight security or something, man.
In that same post, Duty Low made a powerful promise. I got your kids for life. 7 children left behind. And he vowed to step up. That one sentence said everything about the real loyalty behind OTF. the kind that doesn't fade when someone's gone. Another close homie, THF Rome, shared his pain too, speaking out about how numb the city had become. He said it straight, Chicago's gotten too used to death like it's just another name on the list. His words hit deep because it's true. When tragedy becomes routine, something's broken in the soul of the city. Even billionaire Black from FBG, a rival faction, put the beef aside to pay respect. He called Zoo a great brother and sent prayers to his family. A rare moment of unity that showed everyone just how real this loss was. And the fans, they flooded social media with heartbreak. On X Twitter, posts saying, "Damn, R.I.P. Bay Zoo" went viral by the thousands. But along with the RIPS came tough questions. Why is Chicago like this? And when does it stop? It wasn't just mourning. It was frustration, sadness, and exhaustion from watching the same tragedy repeat over and over again. Damn. So THF Zoo passed away? I know Durk and them sick, one fan wrote online. And they weren't wrong. With Lil Durk still locked up on federal murder for hire charges, the timing was painfully ironic. The OTF founder was behind bars, facing life, while one of his most loyal brothers was gone for good. But not everyone mourned. On Reddit, especially on r/Cheericology, rival members were celebrating Zoo's death, posting stories with captions like "Toast to Dat" and "I got Zoo," followed by laughing emojis. The comments were cold-blooded. One post said, "He been catching bodies," but him going out like that was wild. While another added, "The way everybody's celebrating shows he was really out here hurting the city." Some even joked, 20 different dudes claiming it is crazy, pointing out how many rival gangs were trying to take credit or mock the situation. That kind of talk showed just how feared and hated Zoo had become on the streets. Whether all the stories about him were real or exaggerated didn't matter. The reputation alone made him a top target. Then came one of the coldest comments. Why he ain't blow his gun? Mocking him for allegedly not firing back. That's the brutal side of Chicago's gang culture. Even in death, there's no mercy. Getting caught off guard isn't seen as tragedy. It's seen as weakness. And in a world where respect and image mean everything, even dying suddenly becomes another way to be disrespected online. Despite all the online chaos, there was no proof that O Block had any hand in mocking Zoo's death. In fact, O Block, home of the late King Von, was allied with TH and OTF, all tied together under the Black Disciples umbrella. The real celebrations came from rival factions like 051, Young Money, and other opposing sets, a brutal reminder of how deep the gang politics in Chicago really run. The most heartbreaking silence came from Lil Durk himself. Still locked up on federal murder for hire charges and staring down life without parole, he couldn't publicly react. But according to reports, when he heard the news, he broke down in his cell. It hit too close. Zoo wasn't just a homie, they'd been tight since 2008, surviving the same wars, losses, and courtrooms together. For Durk, this was another crushing blow. After King Von's death in 2020, D-Thang's killing in 2021, and now Zoo gone. The pain was stacking too high to count. One user on X summed it up cold. Von, D-Thang, and Zoo dead. Durk facing life. OTF finished. And sadly, that's how a lot of people saw it. The empire Durk built, one that once stood for loyalty, brotherhood, and survival, looked like it was crumbling. With Durk behind bars and Zoo gone, OTF's future felt shaky, maybe even doomed. Some called it karma, others called it consequence, but everyone agreed it was a tragic reflection of a lifestyle that demands everything and gives nothing back. For Zoo's 7 children, the pain is beyond words. They'll grow up without their father, forced to make sense of why he was taken in such a violent public way. Imagine trying to heal while the world watches, argues, and posts about your dad's final moments online. Some strangers mourn him, others mock him, and that digital noise never goes away. Zoo once spoke about wanting better for his kids, moving them out of Chicago, breaking the cycle that took so many lives before his. He wanted peace, he wanted change, but even he admitted how hard it was to truly escape. The same streets that raised him also trapped him, and no matter how far he tried to run, they always found their way back. That's the tragedy of THF Zoo. He understood the problem, he wanted to do better, but the weight of reputation, loyalty, and image kept him locked in the same world he tried to outgrow. The same authenticity that made his music real also sealed his fate. Walking away would have meant leaving behind everything, the crew, the respect, the name he built, and for Zoo, that cost was just too heavy to pay. What do you think about this heartbreaking story? Should Zoo have left Chicago sooner, or was he already too deep in to make it out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.